Okay. Mm-hmm. What am I doing? Going live. Mm-hmm. Contracts. About sponsors and we're talking about sponsors and how to act with them. Hey Wooly, how you doing? Share, copy. And then send. Perfect. You're cool, thanks. Oh, oops. Hey Talent, how you doing? Okay. Hide that. Hide that. Keep that. Hide that. Bring out Blackboard. How's everybody doing? Probably not a whole lot of people here, considering I am never live that often. It is extremely rare. Depending how many people are here, it will depend on how much we're online. You're doing great? That's good. Oy vey. Wait a couple of minutes and we'll jump into the topic right away. I don't have too much time to talk about anything today. I have about an hour. I'm thinking I gotta start streaming on Twitch again now that I got my Twitch name back. Finally got my Twitch name back. Okay. Today's topic. So 6 months ago, I was... What's the good word for it? Not sober. And I thought... it'd be a good idea to change my Twitch name. I thought that VTuber Senpai, just straight up VTuber Senpai, was available. Turned out that in my condition, I very much spelt the name wrong. And when you change your name on Twitch, you're not allowed to go back to the original name for 6 months. So, because that happened, I wasn't able to go back to VTuber Senpai YT for 6 months. So for the past 6 months, I've been different variations of VTuber Senpai until I got back to YT. So yeah, for a little while now, I was VTuber Senpai with the I being a 1. So I very much learned my lesson. And I'm hoping knowing myself, I'm hoping I can get back to streaming on Twitch every Wednesday. Kind of do a multi-stream to Twitch and Kick. That's the plan. That's, you know, maybe the thing that I'll do, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so let's. Usernames are bane of social media. They are. They very much are. Well, what drives me nuts about them is I had the chance when I first started out to get VTuber Senpai, and I didn't. And I, you know, contacted the person that had it, and they were going to give it to me, but never did, and da-da-da-da. So, I don't know. It kind of sucks that I got YT in my name, but it makes more sense too, because then people will know, oh, it's VTuber Senpai from YouTube. And I did get noticed a lot back in the day that, oh my god, I saw your videos on da-da-da-da-da-da. So, yeah. Anyway. Besides the point, let's close that. Let's go to the proper scene, maybe. This one? Nope, Stream Deck doesn't work at all. Okay, sweet. Beautiful. My personal username on YouTube is taken by some guy posting his vacation footage. Oh my gosh, that's how that normally works. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. Let's pause the music. I'm going to try to find the original question that was asked. Here we go. Found it. So C plus Hero, and this is in the lesson now. C plus Hero asked the question. How do you properly deal with sponsors? When it comes to your action and behavior as a content creator. Oops. So this one is not, this particular question is never, ever, 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 ever thought about by the vast majority of creators, of streamers, of anybody. So when you are taking on a sponsor of any kind, whether it be a gamer sups, or a gaming chair, or a charity, or whatever, you are taking on the responsibility of being a potential front face for that company, right? Because they are sponsoring you, you are kind of like representing in some way or form. And your actions on stream and off stream, believe it or not, matter. We've seen a lot of issues as of late where there's been people that, like, for example, were in a tournament for Marvel Rivals who were kind of treating their teammate quite poorly. And when that happened, the person's, what do we want to call it? Sponsors backed out. So one thing you really need to think about when you're kind of doing anything is you need to remember. Oh, remember how I got these? one thing you need to remember is whatever you do, you need to be acting appropriate, right? You have to make sure that you are careful in what you say, and not just what you say, but how you say it. Another thing you need to think about, especially when you are on the sponsor level, or if you're trying to get a sponsor or whatever, that you are using the appropriate gear that is provided to you by them, and you are not using the competitors' equipment / merch. These are things I've seen many streamers, VTubers, Flash tubers, so on and so forth. They don't really think about these 3 particular things, right? They think, okay, I'm the streamer. I already got the sponsorship, so I can do whatever the hell I want. I can say whatever I want. And a lot of people don't understand that your actions will have consequences. Because your name is on the Twitch channel, because your name is on their payroll, all that stuff. In a way, you are an employee, and again, you are a representative of the company. So what you say on Twitter, what you say on YouTube, what you say on Twitch, so on and so forth, you got to be kind of careful. You got to really think about it. Okay, what I'm about to say, is it going to get me in trouble with my sponsors? Is it going to do anything that can harm me negatively? When you take on a sponsor, you also really got to think about it. The sponsor I'm going to join, that I'm considering on signing with, do they reflect my values? Are they something I want to be a sponsor or be a sponsoree for? Like, you got to really think about it. And a lot of people, especially at the smaller level, where there are three CCVs, concurrent viewers, or all the way up to even the 20s, they just want to grab anybody and everybody they can because it's, oh my god, it's my sponsor, blah 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 blah. No, can't do that. You got to be really thoughtful and think of who you're going to sign up with, because if you're trying to take on a sponsorship with Christian Mingles, and you sometimes play a game like Doom, they're probably not going to like that, right? So your actions will have consequences, especially if it goes against the beliefs or the values of said company. So really think about that. I've seen creators on Twitch, YouTube, so on and so forth, have literally, yeah, it also depends on the Christian, yeah, absolutely. I've seen people literally have in their little bios and in their tabs, I can't remember the name of them on Twitch, the little sections that they have on Twitch, saying that they're sponsored by Logitech. But when you pull up their stream, they're using Razer keyboard, Razer mouse. They're not using the equipment that was either provided to them from Logitech, nor are they speaking highly of the company, right? So you got to remember, yeah, sure, the company that is sponsoring you right now may not be watching your content, but you can't have the shocked Pikachu face at the end of the day when they're like, okay, well, hey, we saw this, this was reported to us, blah 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 blah. We're going to end you. And I've seen VTubers, especially VTubers more than anybody, cry wolf, cry, until they cry their hearts out on Twitter because, the said XYZ company canceled them because the VTuber was speaking bad about them. No company would want you on their team if you're going to be speaking bad about them. So again, does this company make good gear? Do I like this gear? Or am I accepting this just for a bag? If you're accepting this just for a bag, you just got to basically shut up for the contract term and just go with it. If you want to lose your contract and any potential payouts in the future, okay, whatever, say whatever you want. But if you don't want to lose any of that, shut the hell up and just do what you got to do. Or only, take sponsorships of products you actually believe in. And unfortunately, not a lot of people are doing that. And it kind of sucks, but they really need to be more mindful of what they say and do. And unfortunately, a lot of VTubers these days are just, they don't really think like that. They don't really think ahead. They don't have the business mindset. I know I'm going to try to do hand cam stuff, but what for sponsorship work for VTubers / no webcam streamers besides energy drink for some reason? That's a fantastic question. So let's talk about that real quick. Sorry, let's go do that again. What kind of sponsors can VTubers get? Whoops. Well, and this is kind of like when I've talked about this in the past. VTubers should get sponsors that make sense, right? So get something that makes sense for your persona / stream. So if you are somebody that is a fitness guru, you don't want to get gamer subs. That doesn't make sense. You want to get something that's kind of like, maybe something like a protein powder, so on and so forth, right? There's VTubers that you can totally be a VTuber that shows that you work out on stream. Kind of like with the hand cam idea, but it shows half your body. Oh, so I'm frozen, so that's awesome. Yeah, I'm frozen. Gotta love how VTube Studio just craps out mid-stream on VTuber Senpai. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. No, you know what? I bet I know what it is. It's this stupid mic. Nope, not the mic. Is it the stupid light? Oh, maybe it was the mic. Okay, anyway, who cares? So like, for example, Starlight. You're wondering what you can get. Okay. Actually, I should say this. A lot of VTubers, content creators, so on and so forth, they always wait until someone comes to them. Don't do that. You don't always have to wait for the company to come to you. Instead, why don't you do something cool and reach out to the company? Tell them, hey, I might be a great fit for your product. Take a look at my socials / reach. And then what you do is you link them things like your Twitch, if you're on Twitch, YouTube, X, Twitter, etc. Right? And you just show them, hey, I think I could be good for your stuff. Here's my socials. Here's my numbers, right? Tell them your reach. Give them the links to your socials, and then they can be like, okay, this person would actually be a good fit for us, and then go from there. But, for example, there are VTubers out there that love to cook. So, cooking VTubers should totally reach out to companies that make knives. Right? Or kitchen gear, right? Maybe you could get a small line of plates. Maybe you can get a small line of gloves, right? Because VTubers, we don't like to show our hands very much. We don't want people to judge our nails or our skin color or whatever. So why not be like, okay, glove company, can I put my face on a couple of your boxes? See what they say, right? Or even what do we call those things that go around our necks? That aprons, right? Maybe look into something like aprons. Or there's a lot of VTubers that do hello, or not a lot of VTubers, a lot of YouTubers that do a Hello Fresh, right? Hey, Hello Fresh. I'm a cooking VTuber. This is what I do. This is what I would like to make. can you hook me up a little bit, right? They might not send you hundreds or thousands of dollars, but maybe they might throw $50 your way, right? And then you just got to do a sponsor stream for HelloFresh. It's not that bad of an idea. So like as a cooking VTuber, there's tons and tons and tons and tons of different options. Basically, look at what flesh tubers are doing in your niche and then be like, okay, this is what I can do. This is what I can't do. And honestly, there's no reason why VTuber can't do the same sponsors that a FleshTuber can. We just got to be a little bit more creative, and that's what I've talked about in the past, where we've play follow the leader in the VTubing community. Oh, because they don't do it, we can't do it, or because all the VTubers do sponsors like this, it means I can't do it any differently. No. Think outside the box, right? For VTubers who only play video games, for an instance, are sponsors okay if you don't physically show their product? Yeah, absolutely. Sponsors are totally okay if you don't physically show their product, but think about ways of how you can show their product. That's the thing. A lot of VTubers, and I mean almost all the VTubers I've come across, don't show their sponsors' products. Like, how hard is it to have a little photoshopped image of, like, for example, gamer subs, a stack of gamer subs in the corner of the screen, especially if you're sponsored by gamer subs, right? You can have just an IRL picture of your collection of gamer subs, or one of your fans' collection of gamer subs, or something, right? And just have it on the bottom left-hand corner, kind of like how you guys see popping up on the stream right now, where it says, "Oh, follow me on socials here," blah 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 blah. That's a good way where you can show it. Show off the product. Show these companies that, hey, not only am I representing you, not only did you give me a creator code, because that's what people love. They love that creator code. If VTubers can get a creator code every single time, oh my God, they go drooling. There's drool out of their mouth and everything. They're just, they're foaming. They're ready to go. But go beyond that. Show an IRL picture of the products you have. Have it on rotation here and there. Put on your BRB screen. There's so many of us that have a BRB screen that's literally just like an image with a little bit of movement on it. Show off your products. Show off your sponsorship products. The things that you got. That's great free advertising. And not only is it in the panels down below, that's the word I was trying to think of before. It makes the panels more useful because, okay, hey, Senpai has sponsorships to XYZ company, but now, not only does he have, panels showing that he's part of it, but he's actually using it. He's showing that he's actually using it. And that is fantastic, right? You could do a little funny commercial for your BRB screens, or your pre-starts, your starting soon screens, or your ending soon screens, right? Turn those into little commercials for your merch, for your product, for your. I know Starlight's working on something right now themselves. Throw some of your products on a BRB screen or a starting soon screen. Do a little advert for your product, and it'll pique people's interest, right? We get served so many different ads on YouTube, on Twitch. Toss on an ad that your audience actually will want to spend money on, right? On Twitch, so many times I get ads for Coca-Cola. I get so many ads for a local bakery or this or that. Things I already either spend money on or I have zero interest spending money on at all. Instead, again, you got these sponsorships. You got these endorsements already from these different companies. Throw it into your BRB screen, your starting soon screen. It helps promote the company that you have a sponsorship with. And not only that, it helps your revenue because you got that creator code. Put it out there. Show people that you want to support this company, that you endorse this company, that you like their products. Go from there. I know I'm kind of going on a tangent, repeating myself a little bit, but I want to emphasize there are so many things we're doing as VTubers that we're sleeping on. There's so many things that we're doing, not just as VTubers, as streamers that we're sleeping on. There's so much more we can do. And that's kind of why there's a lot of companies that are kind of scared of VTubers and streamers and so on and so forth, because kind of like what Starlight says, I'm surprised you can get away with so much without demonstrating / showing it off. And that's the thing. A lot of people aren't showing off their equipment, aren't showing off their sponsorship items, right? Show it off. Figure out a way. You don't have to show your physical self if you don't want to, but find a way of showing it. Plushies, honestly, plushies are good for, because MX put in and said plushies. They're only really good for if you're like a larger streamer. And I mean, in the hundreds of viewers, consistent viewers that, spend a decent amount of money on you, right? Plushies can be good, but plushies can also be useless. Not a whole lot of people buy them. Plushies, like for VTubers, are in the same tier as t-shirts and mouse pads. There's a lot of people that ask for. There's a lot of people that would be like, "Oh my god, I would love something like that." But once they see the actual price of the t-shirt, that is a one-off or two-off that the random company has to make, not a lot of people are willing to spend $50 on a t-shirt, $40 on a t-shirt. Canadian, by the way. I'm talking about Canadian. But yeah. Oh, I mean, people show off their sponsorship by using plushies to hold them. Yeah. So yeah, that's actually a fantastic idea, MX Pudding. Like, have the plushie hold said product. That's a fantastic idea. Why not? And honestly, I know for a fact a crap ton of female VTubers have endless plushies in their bedroom. I know that for a fact. Use one of your plushies. Use all your plushies. Use some of your plushies. Right? And just show off the products. So here's a fun one. What level do you think people need to start reaching out to sponsors that aren't Raid Shadow Legends? Great question. The size you should be. Okay. When you reach out, in my opinion, if you can get consecutive 50 concurrent viewers, reach out. If you are below that, I believe you're wasting your time personally. You got to remember this, and this is very important that you need to remember. With 50 concurrent viewers, the company wants to make sure they are getting value. Right? But 50 concurrent viewers isn't enough, right? They also want to see engagement. You can have 50 viewers, but they can be bots. So if there's a lot of people talking in chat, then that's a good indicator of, okay, maybe I got the 50 viewers. Now I got a lot of chatters. Now I know, okay, I can maybe push the odd commercial on them for my sponsorships, for my products, so on and so forth. It would be funny to see Starlight do Raid Shadow Legends. But in all seriousness, no. 50 CCVs, right? And maybe 5 to 6K followers on Twitch. But not only that, and again, this is a thing that the vast majority of VTubers and content creators like, but mostly VTubers, don't do, is when you're reaching out to these companies, be like, hey, look, I mostly stream on Twitch, or I mostly stream on YouTube. I get X amount of viewers per stream. But not only will I promote your products in my stream as commercials, on my BRB, on my starting screen, or on my ending screen, and not only will I have it in panels or links in my descriptions, I will also have it in my videos. Right? Because long form content can be very powerful. And not only will I have it on my long form content, I will make one dedicated YouTube short for it. And the great thing about the YouTube short doesn't have to be picked up by the algorithm for it to be useful. You can actually just use it as an ad for yourself, for your screen, for your stream. You can just use it for yourself and watch it over and over, or have it play in the background, or link it in your chat that's coming up anyway. So you can use your Nightbot or whatever to just link the short to the product, so people can see just a small little commercial for themselves, and that'll actually help boost the short to others, especially if people click on it. So there's so many things you guys can do when you do reach out to a sponsor to entice it a little bit. And hello, Blade Charge, how you doing? So think of different things. Think outside the box. Again, a lot of you guys don't think outside the box at all. Talk to the sponsors. Reach out. Don't be scared. But if you're under 50 CCVs, just wait. Unless they are new. Like maybe they are a brand new company, right? And you are also new, right? Or you have a small viewership, right? Or small viewership, right? Then you can be like, okay, hey, look, new company, XYZ. I'm also a new streamer trying to build my audience. Would you be willing just to send me a sample or one item for 50% off, and I show it off? Let me be your spokesperson. And if this company happens to take off and you're their spokesperson for the XYZ products, oh my God, you blow up with them. Not a bad deal. You guys grow together. There's a potential for it, especially if you're cooking or if you're someone that likes to do ASMR. Like I've had many companies reach out to me saying, hey, we would like to send you a microphone. Would you be willing to do a video on it? You guys could do something very similar. Reach out to the random mic companies. Go to Amazon.com and be like, okay, these random companies that on Amazon, start writing down their names on a little piece of paper or on a Post-it note or whatever, and start reaching out to me like, hey, random mic company, I got a really nice voice. Can I test your mics? And I'll make videos of them, or I'll make live streams, setting them up, making guides on how to set up your mics. What's the best settings for your mics? And not only that, I'll link it to your Amazon store for the mics. And you can set up your Amazon affiliate account, so every time they buy, you get a little bit. Of course, you got to mark it or denote it as a sponsor stream or whatever. But they can give you some sort of kickback for that. And then you give the audience a set of instructions, how the actual mic is, if it's good or not, so on and so forth. So, truthfully, there's a lot of different ideas, a lot of different things you guys can do if you're willing, again, to think outside the box. Makes sense? I'm at the point where I need to do enough theme content that fits a working product first, like sculpting videos for sanding tool company. Okay, so let's use Starlight as an example. So making models out of clay, and I believe it is out of clay. I think that's what you said, Starlight. So right now you're thinking about just a sanding company. Okay, so what kind of sanding companies can we reach out to? Well, you could reach out to a company that makes sanding tools. But you could also reach out to a company that makes sandpaper, right? Or you could reach out to a company that makes sanding sponges, right? So there's some sanding stuff right there. or actually, you could reach out to some companies that are new in the business. I've seen them pop up on Amazon that make files, right? I probably spelled that wrong, right? But that's the thing, Starlight. You might not need as much proof of concept yet. Hear me out. So, sanding company, tools, sandpaper, sanding files, blah, 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 blah. What else can Starlight reach out to? Paints, right? So, look at what people use for Warhammer paints. Look at what people use for D&D paints, right? Be like, okay, I would like to use your XYZ paints, right? So you could look at, reach out to Citadel. You could reach out to Army Painter, right? And be like, look, I'm brand new at this, but this is my art that I do, right? So you show them what you do right now, what you have done as an artist, right? And how do you do that? How do you show a paint company what you can do as an artist? That's easy. And I'm glad you asked, little Timmy. You can be like, okay, here is my art portfolio. Now that could be digital art, right? You've done a fantastic digital art for me in the past. You can do another digital art when I did the contest for the horse 4 years ago. Yes, it's been that long, right? You can show them physical paintings, take pictures of the physical paintings you've done in IRL. So you show these paint companies, hey, the person that you're providing these paints to actually knows what they're doing, actually went to school for art. You can link them the school that you went to, the grades that you had. There's so many things you can literally tell the paint company, hey, look, I'm now changing gears. I'm getting to sculpting. I can show you I know how to paint. I can show you I know how to use different colors. I know how to use color. Well, it's not color codes. I don't know the proper name of color codes physically, but you know how to blend paints. You know how to change the different colors, right? You can really just do things. Don't these people care about if you can make a good videos for them? No, not necessarily. No, right? A good video. Remember, a good video is subjective, right? The thing is, this is the thing, Starlight. A lot of these different channels that exist now that are good videos started out poorly in the first place. There's a couple of people that I watch online that paint figurines, and they use crap paints when they first started out. But if you can show them, hey, I'm new, I can show new people that are new just like me the different struggles they have, or maybe different airbrushing techniques that, that's better suited as a newbie, right? You can literally spin it as a tutorial for them. You could tell the company, hey, I'm a newbie, or I like to teach newbies, and I like to teach them newbie things. Because a lot of these channels that do airbrushing videos and so on and so forth, they teach most of the time advanced techniques. You gotta teach kids that are going to be the future artists. You got to be able to teach older people that kind of miss a whole bunch of their life, and now they want to kind of play a little bit of catch up, right? That's how you can spin it off to these companies. Hey, my videos may not be great, but this is my focus group: young aspiring artists, people that want to get into it, and older people that are already into it, and maybe people that just want to start in their middle age because they're going through a middle age crisis and they want to start painting their walls. Whatever. You can spin it so many different ways of, I'm going to show them techniques with what I'm doing. And it's not a bad thing. A lot of companies are not too worried about a super high good production value. And remember, a lot of these different companies like Citadel and Army Painter, they don't have that huge of a reach. There isn't a whole bunch of giant people that are actively promoting their products, because a lot of these giant people are going to use their products if they're sponsored or not. They're going to say if it's good or not. There's not much reason for them to invest into these giant creators, because these giant creators, their main focus is on the thing that they're doing, not promoting the product that they're using. And again, a lot of the people that I watch that do painting of figurines, they're not promoting a lot of these different paints or brushes or airbrushes or any of these different pieces of equipment very much. It's once in every 20 videos they are maybe talking about it a little bit. You can be the one that be like, hey, Army Painter sent me this new paint swash. Oh, they sent me this new brush holder. They sent me these new brushes, right? And that's the thing. You know, you're thinking about just sanding company. Okay, brushes. You can reach out to a small company for brushes. You can have so many different things. Most of the high-end people seem to just to have a description and affiliate links. Exactly. But that's where you can stand out, Starlight. And this is what you can do in the negotiation with these different companies. Be like, okay, Army Painter, XYZ creator only has has links to your products in their description. I'm willing to talk about your stuff front page. I'm willing to tell my audience, this is why I use Army Painter. This is why I use these colors. This is why I use this set. I'm not asking much from you, Army Painter. I'm not asking for all your paints. I'm asking, hey, do you mind just sending me a few? Let me test them out. Let me try them. Let me show people. And honest to God, if you guys are willing just to make the attempt, you'd be surprised on what you get. Let me really quick see if I can pull up a video that will surprise many. But there was this gentleman that reached out to all these sports companies, reaching out to sports teams, not companies, teams, for free merch. And all he did, I spelled merch wrong. It's literally this video right here. And what I'll do is I won't play it on stream, but I will link it to you guys. And all he did was send a letter to everybody, to all these different companies, these teams. Sorry, I keep saying companies. He sent out a letter to all these different teams asking for free merch. And almost all of them replied and just sent him free stuff. And some of them sent him hundreds of dollars. And none of these teams, and I mean none of these teams, knew that he was going to make a video out of it. They had no idea. But they did it out of the goodness of their hearts. And you would be surprised what a lot of these companies would do out of the kindness of their hearts. Give it a shot. See what happens. And remember, the internet is so vast. There are so many YouTube channels, art channels, streams, Twitch streams. They won't know that you necessarily exist. Be proactive. If you're proactive enough to show them that you exist, that you're willing to use their product, you might be surprised, and they're certainly going to be surprised. Hey, this person actually has talent. Let's back them. How do you write a letter like that? Starlight's asking all the big questions. Okay. Let's use Army Painter as an example. Let me drink some water real quick. And please use AI or a friend to make this sound better. I'm just giving a rough example. You don't want to use to whom it may concern, because it doesn't sound very personal or impersonal. You can if you want. Give it a try. But dear Army Painter. Actually, dear rep, use representative, right? Of Army Painter. Okay. My name is Starlight. I'm a painter / streamer / artist / whatever you want to put, right? Who makes YouTube content, who makes videos and streams actively on YouTube. I would love a chance. Actually, I would love the opportunity to use your products on stream and in my videos. I know that many people, many content creators, just throw in affiliate links into their bio or panels and forget about it. And forget about your support to them, right? I will be standing out from all the others. I will be actively promoting your product in my live streams, videos, long form videos, and YouTube Shorts. My reach might not be as high as others, but I do have a very active community who are really wanting to get into the hobbies, but would like to see how it's done first. I would like to be that person who shows them the way and how to properly use your product to get the best results possible. You can lie. Well, I suggest you don't lie. I suggest you go out and buy a little bit of their products now, if you can afford it. I use your products now and love them. I do use them in my streams. So I know your product is something that I do stand by and believe in. And this is just stuff on top of my head, right? You guys can do far better than what I'm doing right now. But you're selling yourself. So what do we got right now? My name is Starlight. I am a painter, streamer, artist, makes videos and streams actively on YouTube. I would love the opportunity to use your products on stream and in my videos. I know that many content creators just throw in an affiliate link into their bio or panels and forget about your support to them. And forget about your support. Yeah, I'll leave to them. My English isn't perfect. I will be standing out from all the others. I'll be actively promoting your product in my live streams, long form videos, and YouTube shorts. My reach might not be as high as others, but I do have a very active community who are really wanting to get into the hobbies, but uh but they would love to see how it's done first. I would like to be that person who shows them the right way and uh how to use your products properly. Again, my English broken. You guys understand what I'm trying to say. Just use proper English, please, to get the best results possible. I use your products now and love them. I do use them in my streams, so I know you and this is the best fucking idea I've ever had. Sorry for the swearing, but this has popped up. And oh my god, chat. Oh my god, chat. This is the $1 million question. This is the $1 million answer. This is the best part. Can use my tutorials that I make with your product, assuming you're doing tutorials or videos /videos, right? That I make with your product on your home pages. Who doesn't like free? You know who loves free? Companies. Companies love free. If they don't have to pay for anything, oh my god. Right? You can embed my tutorials, my YouTube tutorials /videos that I make with your product on your homepage at no charge. So not only are they getting all of this, but you're giving them something huge for free. Content that they can use on their homepages if they choose to do so. How is that not a killer idea? Free links, free content, free things to show off. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's a great idea. What do you guys think? Stick out from the rest. Remember, when companies are reaching out to you, whether it's a game subs or this or that, what are they getting in return? Affiliate links. That's what they're getting. People that show up to the page. Gamer subs, their product speaks for themselves. For the most part. But if you did a video on Gamer subs on the best mix ratio with a protein powder, or best mix ratio with milk, or, well, that's probably disgusting with milk, best mixing ratio with water, or how to make, or there's this creator that I used to watch, Ami Yoshinko, and she would do YouTube videos of mixing drinks. And honestly, you could do things like that. Hey, I would like to show, gamer subs, I would love to show how to use your supplements, your powdery drink in my cocktails, in my YouTube video for cocktails, right? There's so many things you guys can do. And honestly, like, Ami could have done that so many times with gamer subs and different energy drinks and blah, 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 blah. Like the options are absolutely endless. You guys can do something similar. So truly, like, think about it, guys. Used to recreate drinks from collab cafes. Yeah. So, guys, like, Think about it. Think about it. Think outside the box. Stop following what other YouTubers or VTubers are doing. Stand out. Standing out is right here. That's a fantastic way to stand out. Why not stand out like that? That's my thought. That's my 2 cents. What do you guys think? I hope this this part here inspired some of you. And Starlight, I hope this answered your question a little bit. Again, I'm sorry for the poor English. Remember, English is not my first language. Yeah, by train, so a lot of memory gone. So yeah, yeah. But that's that. That's my portion. That's my TED talk for sponsorships, accountability, what you should do with sponsors, so on and so forth. Are you going to send out messages to get free loot? Once I know I'm back on a proper regular schedule, I probably will reach out to companies eventually. I need to get back properly. Just to see if it works. Oh, no, I know this works. I know this works because I've seen YouTubers talk about it so many times in the past. This isn't a new idea. This isn't something I came up with. This is something that has been around for a long time. I think the best takeaway was realizing the product doesn't need to be shown, but this letter sample makes so much sense. I'm glad it does. But yeah, Lewis, once I'm back on track, once VTuber Senpai gets the academy out of cobwebs and gets Clay the maintenance manager to fix up the classrooms and make things a little bit better, and the school's in a better shape, we'll definitely reach out to different companies. We'll do some videos. We'll do some comparisons. I'll definitely reach out to mic companies and be like, hey, okay, let's test out your stuff. I want low budget microphones like Fifine and so on and so forth. I want to tell VTubers what's a good product for them. This is my YouTube stream. School renovation when? Once IRL work stabilizes just a little bit more, I'll have a better answer. I'm hoping pretty soon, but I got a stream scheduled. Well, stream today. I got a stream scheduled for next week where we're going to be breaking down. I don't even remember the topic. I think channels and how to like blah blah blah. But I'm still going to do tutorials. Tutorials are still going to be a huge part of me, right? I need to make brand new tutorials for VTube Studio, for Luppet. Oh, not really Luppet. Luppet can die. For VTube Studio, for there's a couple of new programs on the block that I got to cover still. So I'm Warudo. I haven't done a tutorial for them in 5-6 years. So I really need to make a lot of new stuff. So I'm going to be banging out a lot of the different tutorials. But not only am I going to do tutorials, but like tips and tricks, right? My next video, tips and tricks before you start VTubing. A lot of people talk about, what to do, to be a VTuber. But a lot of people don't really think about, okay, what do I got to do before I even start the process? What are the steps that I do before I do anything? So on and so forth, right? So, and then things to consider. And I know a lot of it is probably going to piss off a great amount of VTubers because it's going to go against the grain, especially on the Twitter front. But it has to be done. It has to be said, because there's a lot of VTubers out there that are spinning their wheels, that are starting and then ending right away because they don't have realistic expectations. And I plan on bringing out their realistic expectations to the forefront. So yeah. Now, does this work? Can I go here? Oh my God, I'm so zoomed in. Nope. Gotta zoom myself out. There we go. Pissing off modern VTubers is, well, honestly, it's going to be the V-tweeters that I'll be making angry because They make zero contributions to the VTubing society. They think they do, but they really don't. How sus is it for an affiliate program to let you recruit people? Wait, what's this question? Wait, give me a second here. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. No, just reading it like Senpai normally does. How sus is it for an affiliate program to let you recruit people as a downside? Let me see if I can get MS Paint. 1 second. 1 second. Let me get Paint going here. 1 sec. Let me what it's not display capture, game capture, Paint. Capture a specific window. Paint. Okay. Oh, is it not actually going to capture Paint? I don't want it to capture my screen because that could be very bad. Maybe not game capture. Let me do window capture. Call that Paint. Okay. You guys see it? No, you don't. Because... there we go. Okay. Okay. No, this is real. This is music. Okay. So there are some affiliate programs out there that want you to recruit others. So this is you at the tippity top. And a lot of these companies are like, hey, look, we're an affiliate company. We sell XYZ product. Usually it's something stupid. But as an affiliate company, if you're willing to bring on 4 people, and some of you know what I'm going with this, don't say it, and they sell items, the product, you'll get a cut of what they sell. But the best part is if they bring in 4 people each, and these 4 sell product, then there's a trickle effect that goes from here to here. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called a pyramid. And there are these companies for streamers that does exist. I've seen them. And what we like to call these pyramid schemes. So if you are a VTuber thinking about getting with an affiliate company that tells you this malarkey, it's a great chance it's a pyramid scheme. And like Vesa says, it only works great if you're at the tippity top. But if these companies are reaching out to you, you ain't at the tippity top. You're down here. Actually, you're down here. You are so far down that you're on the first level of Coruscant. That's 1,000 levels down. That's how far down you are. You don't see daylight. You don't see anything. That's how deep that pyramid scheme goes. So, moral of the story, be careful with the affiliates you connect with. Research them. There's no reason why. Where the hell did I go? It's been a while, by the way. So deep in the sand, you're testing station on Arrakis. Yeah, there you go. Not a lot of people will get that reference. I taste the spice. But no, honestly, if you guys are wanting to become part of an affiliate company or whatever, or be an affiliate for a company, I should say, sorry, research them first. How long have they been around? What are the reviews? There's been many times, like back in the day when Sapphire and I talked all the time, there was a sponsor that she did that they never paid her for. Right? A video editing company that's actually fairly large. They never paid for. But there are so many reviews of people saying, hey, they never paid me, blah, 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 blah. But wanted to double check with someone with more experience. Yeah. Honestly, if you're under 20, 30 concurrent viewers, I wouldn't bother with affiliate anything. Because truthfully, when you're low in viewership, if you're low in followers, there isn't a lot of benefits. There isn't a lot of upside to be an affiliate to everything. And take that from me. When I first started out on Twitch, back when I was, even before I was Anubis Lives, when I used to go by the name of Donovan Rocks on YouTube and Twitch and so on and so forth, my Twitch page was full, chocked full of affiliate links. I had Humble Bundle. I had gaming chairs. I had energy drinks. I had so many things. For who? For the 3 viewers I had, one of them being Lewis, the other one was me, and the other one was some random person that I had no idea who they were. Right? Affiliate links don't do anything until you're in the higher tier of viewership. It honestly, and the payout for affiliate links are pennies on the dollar, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Like, if, for example, the gaming chair company, the chair was $150, I got $10 out of it, which is pretty good. $10 is good. But that $10 you could only use to buy a gaming chair from that company. So I made plenty of mistakes. I highly suggest you guys avoid affiliates when you're small. Focus solely on your content. Don't worry about affiliate links. Don't worry about sponsorships when you're very tiny. Only worry about making the best content you can make. When you worry about that, when you focus on that, everything else will come into place. I've talked about this in the past, where, how should I say this? Forget it. I lost my train of thought on it. But yeah, basically, don't waste your time. How does your kit code plan out? It actually panned out pretty good. People still buy from it. Truthfully, it's been out of date forever, but it still actually makes a decent revenue. Maybe $100 every 2-3 months, maybe longer, maybe 4 or 5 months now. It was like super long ago, to be perfectly honest. Since I got to pay out, but when I was active, it was doing really well, really well. And honestly, an extra $100 every couple of months when you're super working hard and building a channel and blah, 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 pretty decent money. What about the ones that you only pay you based on how many people sign up to this thing? Yeah, so like through affiliate links, so on and so forth. Again, a waste of time. You spend so much time doing things, it's not worth it. You know what you can do? Truthfully, what you can do, Twitch, Stream Elements, they have these integrated sponsorship sessions that you can sign up for, where you gotta have like an X amount of viewers or an X amount of people install the game, stuff like that. You guys can do stuff like that. And Twitch and Stream Elements are the ones that are paying you out. Those are cool little starter things you guys can do, but I wouldn't do anything else other than those, really. Yeah, no, I think Starlight, you should make a Kitco. Really, you really should. And you know, don't be afraid to have different tiers. A basic tier with crappy brushes, crappy water paints, crappy this, crappy that. You know, do like a starter set you would give to your 5-year-old niece, right? And then the medium one that you would give to your VTuber senpai that doesn't know much, but you know, can stumble their way through it. And then an advanced one to, you know, blah 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 blah. And honestly, you gotta shill the hell out of that. You gotta like talk about it. You gotta like link to it. You gotta have it pop up in your automatic in your chat, right? Hey, want some cheap, easy, friendly products that I use? Click on this link below, right? That kind of thing. You gotta promote it. Promoting it is not a bad thing. People are gonna know it's affiliate links, and you'd be surprised on how many people would want to support you through that stuff, especially if it's stuff that you trust and you suggest and you support. Oh my god, yeah, do it. Absolutely. So yeah. I got that $300 headset that you had on the list. It was good headset that lasted for like 5 years. Yeah. Well, and that headset is the headset I actually used for, you know, forever. It was the same headset that Shroud used back in the day. I absolutely loved it. I've noticed a lot of people on Twitter are advertising their management services now when a lot of people don't need them. Yeah, honestly, back when VTubing first started, there was a lot of VTubing managers. VTubing managers are completely useless, in my honest opinion. VTubing managers are not helpful to small VTubers with no audience. And honestly, if you are somebody that needs a manager, sign up with an agency. Honestly, like, sign up with an agency. If you need a manager, go with an agency. Go with a reputable agency. Managers that I've seen, and I've seen a great many of them, talk the big talk and absolutely provide nothing in return. There are some people out there, and there are some good managers out there, but the vast majority are useless. You're better off having Chat GPT manage your stuff, or a random AI from a dating AI chat help you. Like, honestly, they're useless. Not even really business consultants. Honestly, what small creators need to do is stop worrying about all these different things. And hello, how you doing? What small creators need to do is put their head down, focus on the work, and make videos, make content, make long-form content, make evergreen content, make your live streams, make content out of those live streams. Like, there's so many things. Make YouTube shorts, blah blah blah. There's so many things you need to do. And honestly, God, when you guys and small creators, when you guys focus and really focus down, the other things naturally come. A manager that's worth their time, worth their money, blah, 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 will come seeking you out because you're good. Business consultants will come reaching out to you because they see, okay, this person has potential. This person's building something. This person has a future. They're growing. Blah, 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 blah. And how do I know that? Because I still get emails from business consultants wanting to help me grow my channel and blah 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 blah. But honestly, you just gotta put your head down, do the hard work. And people see managers and business consultants and XYZ people as a cheat code to success. I'm sorry to say, there's no cheat code to success. There really isn't. Hard work is what's going to get you the results that are going to get you the viewers, that are going to get you the followers. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay. Tangent done. Sorry guys, I had to get that off my chest. Years and 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 years of VTubers asking that question. Wowzers. Okay, any more questions? I'm not going to be having on the stream much longer, probably another 10 minutes. So if you guys want to ask some questions, please feel free to ask them now. If not, save them for next week, next Friday, when we do a deeper dive into things. You think I can remember the name of my next stream? Nope, probably not. Let's see if I can find out what it is. I know something Starlight asked. I just can't remember what. And my god, am I behind on YouTube comments. Kind of bad. Oh, how to niche your niche. Deep dive on exploring niches and directions where they can go. That's right. That is right. I better start doing that. Whoops. Do a little bit more homework. But yeah, I'll probably call it there for tonight, everybody. Since it doesn't mean, or since it seems like there's not a whole lot of questions. I'm new here, so if you've spoken about this before, my bad. Or are you only streaming on YouTube at the moment? At the moment, yes. And early in the stream, I kind of mentioned that I finally got my YouTube name back from a night of dumb decisions. So I am thinking about Twitch again. Now that I got the Twitch name back, I'm considering Wednesday because that's the day I'm mostly free. But honestly, I'm playing it by ear right now. But I'm hoping Wednesday is the day I finally start streaming on Twitch again. But anyway, thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. If you haven't, make sure you join the Discord. Links are in the description down below and coming up in chat momentarily. If you got questions, concerns, comments, whatever, leave them in the video. Ask them in Discord, or feel free to send me a DM in Discord. I'll try to help you out as best as possible. If you guys got ideas for future streams that you would like me to cover, questions, so on and so forth, feel free to suggest them to me in DMs or in the forum that's provided in the Discord. You guys have an amazing weekend. I miss you all. I love you all. And I will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.